Hey you guys, welcome back to the Cobra Club. The Cobra Club is my home base for my Friday night Pilates mat class at 6:30 p.m. every week. If you're here local in Bushwick or Manhattan, come check it out. Today we're going to work on the Pilates Booty, specifically the muscle group of the hip extensors. This includes the glutes. The glutes are really important not only aesthetically, but also functionally. How do we run, walk, dance, jump? It's all about the glutes. In my experience so far, I found this muscle group actually to be fairly weak in a large population. As big as it is, this muscle group is one of the largest in the body. It's actually pretty weak. So today we're going to focus about 10 minutes working on how we can activate this muscle group specifically. If you have questions about the exercises, you can contact me through email. We can set up a FaceTime appointment and talk about the details of the exercise. I can see and watch you do the exercise and point out areas that need to be improved. Let's check it out. Standing with your feet wide apart, just outside shoulder width, slightly turned out, arms can reach forward, grabbing fists. Inhale to flex deeply at the hip. Exhale to stand up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, soften the hip flexors. Exhale, come up and activate the glutes. We're doing about 20 repetitions here, just warming up the hips. Keep it moving. As you flex at the hip and knee, keep your chest lifted, abdominals drawn in. Keep breathing. The feet are heavy. And you're reaching the hips way back. Imagine there's a small chair behind you and you'd like to sit down in it, only you won't. Press the hips up. This is a great way to work on your chair pose in yoga. Warming up the hip extensors, activating the glutes, bending and stretching. 20 repetitions, let's go. Inhale, exhale, flex forward, activate the glutes. Inhale. Exhale, use the abdominals to assist in the hip extension, standing straight up. Inhale, exhale. Keep going. Last few repetitions, keep breathing. Nice work. Warmed up. Lying on your back, one foot up onto the brick. You're in a neutral position of the pelvis, and you're going to exhale and just press the hips straight up. No articulation here, just a straight lever of the hips up towards the ceiling. Using the brick adds intensity. You're going to feel your hip extensors, your hamstrings and glutes more on that side. This is optional. You can also use a large steady book. Beautiful. Inhale as you come down, exhale, press the hips up. Really feel your glutes wrapping around your pelvis to lift the hips up. In a Pilates bridge, you want your hips higher than your chest. Try to keep your head, neck, and shoulders relaxed as you press your hips up. Keep going on this side. Exhale, press. Inhale, lowering down. Switch sides. Exhale, press up. Keeping your foot in contact with the floor. It's very common for the toes to curl up, for you to press either on the inner or outer sides of the foot. It's really important that your contact points of your foot are evenly distributed as you press your hips up. Keep going. Really getting those hips and especially hamstrings nice and warmed up here. Remember, brick is optional. Breathe. Feel the glutes wrapping around the pelvis. Inhale to lower, exhale to press up, elongating through your whole spine, and then hug the knees into chest, rock the pelvis side to side. Next up, a stretch. Grab your Theraband, take your foot into the loop, cross the Theraband, and grab the ends with each hand. Flexing at the heel, at the ankle, reaching your leg up towards the ceiling for a hamstring stretch, well deserved after all that bridging. You want to make sure that your right hip is heavy. Cross the leg over and anchor your right hip down and away from your ear. No hiking. Lengthening through the whole leg from the layer of the bone here. It's not important how far over your leg goes. Take it to an inner thigh stretch. Anchor the left side pelvis here. Come back to center, and we'll take it into circles. Inhale, cross over. Exhale, circle up. Inhale, exhale, circle up. About 5 repetitions in each direction. Make sure that your head, neck, and shoulders are not tensing up to hold your Theraband. The Theraband here serves as an assistance to keep the load of the leg reverse here fairly light. We're looking to mobilize the hip and find the lower abdominals here as you circle the leg around. Stabilize the pelvis. Don't let it move. Breathe as you circle. We'll switch sides here. Placing the opposite foot in the loop. Cross the Theraband over, grab the ends. Grab it overhand here so that your wrists don't have to do extra work. Hang here and your hamstrings stretch. It's not important that your knee is super straight. What's important is that your hip is unhiked away from your ear and that you're in a neutral pelvis. Foot is flexed. You can cross the leg over. Really important to be in neutral pelvis here. Breathe as you stretch. Anchor the hip down. Stretch away into your inner thigh stretch. Use the Theraband as a support. Going into your circles, inhale, cross over. Exhale, circle up. Activate the pelvic floor and low abdominals to keep your pelvis stable. Really create your hip joint in these circular motions, just letting the thigh bone sort of excursion around into your hip socket, circling around. Reverse it. And your circles will only be as big as you can stabilize here and breathe. No tension through the head, neck, and shoulders. Diaphragm is released on the mat. Inhale, reach. Exhale, circle up. Nice work. Back to our bridge position. This time we're going to add intensity. We're going to take that right leg up to tabletop, stretch it up, lifting and lowering the leg down. Really working and isolating that left side here. As the hip is mobilized, we're going to lift and lower that leg, keeping pelvis stable. Make sure your hip points are level. Breathing here, lower that leg down. Set the pelvis back down onto the mat. Slide the brick over onto the other foot, switching legs, about 5 repetitions each side. We have a lot more to do here. We don't want to kill it just yet. Just really focusing on that high intensity. Stretch the leg up, lower the leg down, and lift. Really think about reaching and elongating here. It's not important how low the leg goes down, how long you can reach it and keep the hip points, the pelvis level. Keep breathing, softening the chest, lower the leg down, and set the pelvis straight back down onto the mat. Hug the knees to the chest, rock the pelvis right to left, releasing your low back, take it into knee stirs. Knee stirs are a great way to open up the hip and release the low back. Reverse your knee stirs here, just breathe, circling the thigh bones around in their hip sockets. One more deep inhale, exhale. Nice work. Now we're in quadruped. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Extend the leg. Holding this position, you're going to reach that leg to the side. We're starting on left side here. Your goal is to keep the shape of your spine steady. Lots of abdominals here. As you reach the leg to the side, your side body should not shorten. Keep it long. Next, flex the knee, flex the foot, and raise the roof. Focus on this movement at your hip, at your thigh bone. The whole spine stays elongated as you lift and lower down. Reset. It's a lot of work for one side. Switch it up, reach back, and then out to the side. Inhale as you reach out to the side. Exhale, bring it back. Lengthen from head to tail. Check in with the rib cage, pull the abs ribs in. Keep lengthening as you reach. Side body is long, reach, bring it back in, flex at the knee and foot, and raise the roof. Straight up and down. If you don't have a mirror, it is hard to see yourself here. Just focus on the movement at the hip, at the thigh bone. Make sure that your low back is not dipping. Finish it off with the downward dog, nice big stretch. Pedal through the feet, calf stretch it out, release your head, neck, and shoulders here. Breathe, deep inhale, exhale. You're awesome. Take it back to a child's pose, nice and wide. Deep inhale and exhale. With the Theraband, place it on the mat in a V formation. You're going to place your hands at the top, and you want to take your foot and place it into the loop with your hands holding the top down. In a quadruped position with your hands underneath your shoulders and knees underneath your hips, you're going to take that leg and extend it to reach into the Theraband. Keep your foot flexed so that you don't lose the Theraband. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, press back. Elongate through your spine, draw the abs and ribs up and in, so that as you move through the leg, your low back does not extend. Keep your spine neutral, keep lengthening from head to tail. Exhale as you press. Inhale as you bring it in. Exhale, press. Inhale as you bring it in. Keep reaching, flexing through the heel. Nice stretch. Switch sides. Carefully place the other foot into the band. Set it up. Lift the leg and exhale, press. Beautiful. Try to keep the belly button reaching in toward your spine, up towards the ceiling. Focusing on the movement just at the hip. Elongate from head to tail. Keep breathing. Hug the abs in, really bracing your waist as you mobilize through your hip. Lots of glutes here. Keep reaching through the heel. That heel to glute connection. Good. Exhale, press. Beautiful. Keep going. Keep stretching, reaching, and bring it in. Nice work. Child's pose. Last position in this series, let's plank it out. Set it up, reach the legs back, lift one leg, and point and flex through the feet on both sides. 5 repetitions each side. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Switching legs, lift and reach. If the point and flex feels crazy, this is advanced. Omit the point and flex, you'll work up to that. Flex and point, reach, lift the hips up, downward dog position. Nice work. Taking to a side lie position, the torso is in line with the mat, both legs are forward at an angle. Lift the top leg and lower the top leg. We're mobilizing the hip joint in the side lie position. Place your hand on the top of your pelvis so that you don't mobilize your pelvis. Mobilize at the thigh bone, using your abs to stabilize. Bottom rib cage should be lifted off the mat. Switching sides. Set it up, legs forward. Hip is stabilized. Ribs are in. Take the top leg, lift it up. In parallel and lower. Lift and lower. This is Pilates. Go for the reach. Lengthen as you lift and lower. Breathing, lift, and lower. Nice work. Back to the first side, side lying position. Both knees are bent now. Top leg is going to lift, externally rotate, back to parallel, and coming right back down. Lift, turn out, back to parallel, and lowering down. This is challenging because especially in that turnout position, you want to stabilize your pelvis. You can place your hand on the top of the hip point there just to monitor the movement that might happen at your hip. You're going to switch sides, just a few repetitions each side. It's really intense. Really good for the deep rotators of the hips. Same thing, other side. Check in with the ribs. Take that top leg, lift, and externally rotate without moving the pelvis. You're really going to find that muscle group creating a little bit of fire back into the hips here. Keep breathing. Keep the abdominals aware. That'll help stabilize your pelvis as you turn out. And lower down. Exhale, lift. Spiral, really go for it. Try to get that knee up towards the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, lift. Spiral that thigh bone outwardly. Lower it down. One more time, lift. Turning out. Beautiful work. Coming down and rest. Last but not least, the most challenging. Standing on a yoga block, opposite side leg is bent. You're going to flex forward at the hip in the standing position and extend that back leg back. Come all the way back up. 2 more repetitions to go here. Flex forward, rotating your pelvis around your thigh. Extend the leg back, activating the glute. Really nice and warmed up now. Come all the way back up. And one more time. Reach forward, extend back, draw the abs in and breathe. Bring it back up. Adding on here, you're going to flex forward. You're going to find that other yoga block or 5-pound weight on the floor. Pick it up, reach it overhead, find balance. Come all the way back down, extend the back leg, tap the mat, breathe, coming back up, really working that left side standing leg, float it up. Bring it back down. Extend the back leg. One more time like this. Really beautiful work. Just find your balance. 3 repetitions of each move, and you'll repeat the other side. Nice work. You got a Pilates booty.